back to Gay by Gay.
Hi.
I keep singing.
Every time.
I keep
we
singing.
We need a consistent jingle. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, community out there, somebody send us a little jingle or something. Just send us something because obviously we need something.
Well, I can't sing, though, so.
No.
Ears are just bleeding.
It's okay. Send it to me. I can read music.
I can't read music.
I can. I took way too much band.
Can you still read music? It's been a lot of years.
It's been a lot of years, but yes, I can still read music. It's kind of like asking if you could read English. I mean, I think
No.
the answer is no, but
You know what? I actually read out loud extremely well.
I don't believe you.
I will read you a book
I
or
have heard
something.
you. I have heard you reading some of that reaction content.
Well, it's bad poetry.
I mean, it is
It's
bad
bad
poetry,
poetry.
but that's not the point. That's not the point. Regardless, that is not what we're talking
No.
about today. We never start a single episode on topic.
We gotta
ever.
start off topic.
Yeah, and people click on the episode and they're like, did they upload the wrong audio? And it's like, no, we're just never on topic.
It's true.
It's fine. Today we are talking about
Unhealthy breakups.
I like how you and I both stopped at the same time. Like, brain needed a buffer because I was like, I mean, to be fully transparent, we're going to be talking about both healthy
Yeah.
breakups and unhealthy breakups, and all of a sudden my brain went, wait, which one are we doing? And
Yeah.
then I was like, I don't know.
We're gonna do the unhealthy ones first.
Unhealthy ones first.
Because we're looking forward to the future.
So as a self-identified ace person, I don't have many relationships to speak of.
I like how you say self-identified as if anyone else will identify for you.
Well, it's just kind of one of those things a lot of people could say, oh, you're more this, you're more that. I
Yeah.
self-identify as ace, and again, I may be completely incorrect because there are still suspicions that I may be demisexual and just don't know it.
Suspicions. We
Maybe
research
gray
it.
sexual, don't know that.
We research.
Maybe bisexual, just with like a lot of body issues. We don't know. We don't know what I am. I'm a mystery.
A mystery.
That's the way I like
Yeah.
it.
Well, just like send your sexuality to one of those true crime podcasts, and they'll like figure it out for you.
They'll find
discover
my
it.
sexuality.
They'll look over the case story of your life and just like tell you.
Oh, that's gonna be a deep dive. That's gonna be a long. That's gonna be like a 4-parter. Like each part's gonna be like an hour long.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a long deep dive episode.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have many relationships to speak of. The one relationship in my life that I thought was on track going somewhere, apparently I was just completely wrong about. Maybe we still don't really know.
Relationship in quotation marks.
Because it wasn't really a relationship. For those of you who don't know, I am referring to an episode that we did a long time ago. I think it was part of our Boys series.
Yeah, super long.
The episode where I talked about it was called Deadbeat Dad. Deadbeat Dad, don't get me wrong, we didn't have kids together. That's not what that's a reference to. There's a whole story behind it, so if you haven't listened to that episode, for context, I would definitely recommend you go and listen to that one. It's like way back in the beginning when we were still just youngins and didn't really know what we were doing with the podcast
When
yet.
we were youngins, like, what, 6 months ago?
Oh, God. Yikes. Back at the beginning of the podcast,
When my hair was still long.
when your hair was still long and I was still confused.
You're still confused. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, so just for a little bit of context, you might want to go and listen to that episode. But for me, kind of the way things ended with this not quite relationship, because we never talked about it. Yeah, that's super healthy.
Yeah.
But kind of the way things ended was basically he was taking a job in another country, and he was getting ready to go. And then all of a sudden one day he called me and said, I'm not going to take that job. I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave Aliyah, and I don't want to leave the other girls at the dance studio. Hence the reason we call him Deadbeat Dad, in reference because I call all my students my kids.
Yeah.
So hence the nickname Deadbeat Dad. But he had basically said, I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave the girls. And I was like, okay, so this is kind of a small commitment here.
Yeah.
He's going, I don't want to leave you guys.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he ghosted me and never talked to me again.
Yeah.
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 That was the end.
Wow. The end.
That's it. That's where it stops. Oh, I don't want to leave you with the girls.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing after that. And I tried to reach out several
Yeah.
times. I know, I don't think you've tried to reach out.
No.
But I know Charlie has tried to
Yeah.
reach out, and he has not responded to any of her
Yeah.
messages either. And essentially what I said, I know that he has a history with some of his own problems.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, even if you're going through something, he simply could have told me. He didn't even have to say what it was. He could have just said, hey, I'm going through something.
Yeah.
I just need some space. I would have been more than understanding. But the fact that he just ghosted me and ghosted all of the dance students, and some of them, I'll be honest, a lot of the dance students that I teach, unfortunately, don't have very strong paternal connections, I guess is the best way to put that.
Yeah.
But he was kind of starting to take that role for quite a few of them, and he just completely dropped off the face of the planet and disappeared. And I don't know if I can forgive him for that.
Yeah.
I really don't. Especially because he kind of did it at one time and then came back.
Yeah.
And then just completely, like, full stop did it again. And I was like, okay, nope, I'm not okay with that.
I had brief periods of anger at that guy. I was mean to him sometimes.
I mean, to be fair, considering the way he was kind of treating me at the time and treating Charlie at the time, I don't blame you for getting mad. I don't know what was going on between you and him.
Oh, well.
But ultimately, I don't know, just the way things kind of stopped at that point, not good.
Just a break, a sever.
Yeah, and again, the hard part is because was this a breakup or not? Because there was nothing saying that we were dating. We certainly weren't exclusive of any kind, but the way we would talk was definitely a little more
flirty.
If I said relationship centric without actually committing to a relationship, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, phrases like I don't want to leave you, I don't want to leave the girls, I want to make sure that I'm there for you guys.
Yeah.
That's kind of that
sus.
sounds like a bit of a commitment, but once again, I think because we never put a label on anything, it was just kind of like,
so it's
was
not
that
really
a commitment?
I don't think it
Was
was
that
really
a
breakup.
No, but that's like the closest experience I have, and I would definitely say if you had to rate that on a scale from healthy to unhealthy, that's definitely more like on the unhealthy side. I think communication is what makes like breakups healthy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And also, I think there are so many festering feelings left over.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely wouldn't say that it's like the typical breakup where like I sat there and I was like crying about it or anything.
Yeah.
It was more just he kind of ghosted me. And I got mad.
Yeah, you were so mad.
I'm still mad.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still mad. Not in that sort of, like, if he showed up, I'd be, like, yelling at him sort of way or, like, crying or anything like that. But it's mad in the way where it's sort of, like, I don't even know that I'm mad at him from my perspective. I think I'm more angry with him from the perspective of he came into a lot of the other girls' lives. Especially with me, Charlie has always struggled with not really having the best parental figure.
Yeah.
Like, on the paternal side, Debbie Dad was absolutely kind of taking that role. And I think he was very much aware of that because Charlie was open and honest with him about it. And then he ghosted her, too. Yeah. I am so angry about that. Yeah. Hence the nickname Deadbeat Dad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him from my perspective. Like, I have my own feelings about that, but I'm an adult and I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. If you know, if things weren't going the way you wanted them to, you could have talked to me. Yeah. But I'm more angry with him for completely ghosting someone who was really starting to rely on him. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, even if you didn't want to take on that role, you needed to say something to me, to her, to somebody. You don't just full stop. Yeah. You don't just do that. No. And that's where the bitterness comes from, I think. Yeah. And there are times that I think about it, and it does make me quite angry. Yeah. So I think that's kind of the biggest key sign that that was an unhealthy, quote-unquote, breakup. Yeah. Because it was just kind of like, there's anger, there's resentment, there's bitterness. Yeah. Like, it shouldn't have to be like that.
No, it shouldn't.
I think that's kind of what we're really looking at today, because I think whenever you hear the term breakup, there's that huge negative connotation with it, where it's like things weren't working out and someone's feelings are going to get hurt, both people are going to be hurt, but I don't necessarily think that has to be the way things are. I think you can absolutely have a more mutual, healthy breakup, but this was not a good example of that.
Sometimes, for a lot of people, things will just be like, hey, our foundation of our relationship isn't in love itself, it's more in something dependent, codependent, something not healthy. And so even to break, some people just need that breakup, because you can't tear down an experience and then build it back up. No. Sometimes you just need a fresh start. Even though that's like bad, because like sometimes married people get divorced, you know what I mean?
It does happen, but I don't think that it necessarily has to be a negative thing.
It's not.
I think both people need to look at the situation and say, is this working? And if it is not working, why is it not working at the fundamental points? Yeah. like, you know, what is it that's not working? Is it something that's fixable, or is it something that there is no point in trying to push any farther because we just can't come to a reconciliation?
Yeah.
And I think that's where this breakup was an issue, because there was no communication, there was no talking, there was no nothing. And as far as I was aware, there was no problem, considering the last time we talked, it was, oh, I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
And then just silence. Gone. And it was like, hello? Hello?
Just gone.
Just left me drifting in the wind. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting in the wind, wanting to start again?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, realistically, no, I have never felt like a plastic bag.
I feel like a plastic bag sometimes.
I think your spirit
drifting
animal
to the wind.
Your spirit animal may be a plastic bag, actually.
Okay, we should take a break and then we'll come back and I'll tell some stories.
Oh yeah, I want to talk to you about your experiences, because they are
so many.
More extensive than mine.
Hello, welcome back.
Okay.
It's Aliyah story time.
Yep, yeah, it is.
Okay, so
which of the 93 stories that you have are we actually starting with?
I'm gonna start with one. What's his code name?
No, you're gonna start with one?
Yeah.
Oh my god, just one?
Just one. Just one. Because there's a billion bad breakups with MD going around at the same time as this one. Not the same time, but like...
I like...
Not at the same time, but...
You threw me off for a second there because I looked over at you and I was like, what do you mean at the same time? What are you telling me? I was like, why didn't I know? Oh, no, no, she just can't English. It's fine.
So, we'll call this guy, Magic Man. Magic Man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Magic Man. So, MD and I have no concept of time, guys. So, when I was 15, MD and I dated for like 3 months, then we broke up, then we didn't talk for like a month, and then we started talking on and off again, and then like 6 months had rolled by and we were still talking, not dating again yet, and then I had said to him, do you want to date me or do you want to not date me? He said no, and I said, fuck this, and I met Magic Man. And I kind of like Magic Man. He was not my type of guy.
Weirdly enough, he seemed more like my type of guy.
Yeah, he is.
Way too young for me, obviously, so don't take that in any sort of creepy context.
A really masculine muscle guy. Sorry. Oh, I'm so gay, guys. And I was like, oh yeah, I must like this guy. He plays piano. His parents own an apartment in Disney World.
I mean, I think that's more the reason that I was like, he's more my type. I think it was more like, oh, he's artistic.
Yeah.
Oh, he's kind of smart.
Yeah.
Oh, his parents have money. Yeah. Hi, come on. Hello. How you doing?
He was good at school. He had like straight and narrow. Took me on dates. He drove like a maniac, but he drove. Drove.
I was sitting here literally just about to correct you, and I was like, don't do it, and then you did it, and I was like, oh yes.
Yeah.
See, and who needs to get off when you can just correct your own grammar, and I will get equally excited.
No. And like, he wrote me songs. He was very nice to me.
Why can I not meet a person like this? Excuse me.
He also made me very uncomfortable, kind of pressured me to have sex a little bit.
Yeah, see, that's the part that I didn't like.
I didn't like that, especially because I'm very gay, and I didn't know it at the time.
No, you were very gay.
I was very gay, because I was like,
gay.
oh, like, I like him, but there's just something wrong. There just feels like something's wrong.
Realistically speaking, I think what was wrong was called his penis.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Even just saying that, like, the cringe on your face is real.
I don't like... He's not my guy.
And let me make this clear, there's nothing wrong with penises. It's just... Peni. There's nothing wrong with male anatomy. The only thing wrong with male anatomy is when you're a lesbian and being asked to deal with male anatomy.
I'm not even repulsed. It's just not my gig.
It's not your thing.
It's not my thing.
You tried it and you didn't necessarily like it.
Yeah.
You tried it multiple times and you didn't necessarily like it. And then just to be sure, you tried it like a third time and then you were like, yeah, nope, I like the titties.
Well, I was also still a virgin at the time, so I was like, I don't want to have sex with you, actually.
Yeah.
And he would kind of poo-poo about it just a little bit, and then just enough to make me uncomfortable, because I had rampant issues with myself also.
Do you mean rampant?
What did I say?
Rampant? Aliyah, that's like very different. Are you telegraphing something to me here?
We're gonna move on. But well,
My pen tissues.
Okay.
I'm putting it lightly.
Can I tell this story? Oh, this is a bad story. So, I don't even know if I've told you this story.
Oh, no.
But so we were in his room together, alone, and we were about to, go into the hot tub, but we were laying on his bed. And, we were talking about sex and stuff, and I was telling him the sexual acts I've engaged in at this point.
Is it weird that as an ace person, I'm literally sitting here going, how does that just come up in conversation?
You talk about it.
How?
But you just do.
I don't understand.
And we're talking, and he said, "Well, would you do that? Would you give me oral sex?" And I go, "I wouldn't, because you're not my boyfriend, and I wouldn't be comfortable doing that to someone who wasn't my boyfriend," which was just kind of me trying to get out of it.
You were like, no.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?" And I go, "Fuck!"
Now is not the right time to ask that question. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. If you ask the question, or if someone says, "Oh, I'm not comfortable doing sexual acts unless I'm with, like, a significant partner," hey, do you want to be my significant partner? Bitch, I know it's the hormones talking. Get away from me.
However, I am 16 now, and my dumb ass says yes, and things may have perspired.
Perspired? Transpired?
Yeah, that one.
Anybody out there, if you want to make a compilation of all the times Aliyah has just said the wrong word and confused everybody.
I used the wrong word.
Oh, no. Just someone out there make a compilation.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
There's many. But yeah, and then we went out to his hot tub. We're sitting on the hot tub, and, like, he gives me a hug, and we're looking at the stars, and he goes, "I was gonna ask you to be my girlfriend right here. That was my original plan." And I remember being like, why did this asshole
Why would he instigate something more sexual first and then, like, sit there and admit, I was originally going to ask you in a much more romantic way, but then my hormones got the better of me, and I just decided that,
and then we dated.
Little Dickie needs some attention.
And then we dated for a whopping 13 days.
Yep.
13 days until I had, MD had found out, and I had been getting calls from all his friends, texts from all his friends. Oh, he's so torn up about it. He's so mad. Blah,
and
blah, blah,
let me just
blah.
go on record and say that I was extremely mad that he literally told you, "Oh, no, I don't want to date you." And then the minute he found out that you were moving on, he immediately tried to manipulate you back into his inner circle. That makes me so angry. Yeah, I'm equally angry at Magic Man.
Yeah, I know.
I just hate all the men in your life.
Oh, me too.
Thank God you got rid of all of them.
Yeah, true.
Thank God there's no more men in your life.
Yeah, and MD's mad, and he's not mad. He's
manipulative
depressed.
Jackass.
And I was texting him one day at school. I remember sitting in the corner of the library. I was texting him, and he made me so mad. I turned my phone off, and I threw it across the library. And then at the end of it, we had this, like, teary-eyed phone call with each other in the middle of the night one night. And
idiot. You never answer after 10 p.m.
Yeah, I know.
Never answer after 10 p.m.
After we had hung up, I said, do you want to date me? Yes or no? If your dumbass says maybe, I'm not talking about this again. And he said yes. And so I broke up with Magic Man, and I sounded very, very happy about it because I thought, listen, I figured this out the other day. I thought, I was like, oh, I must not like this really masculine man guy who's, like, seemingly perfect because I love MD, this more feminine guy, right?
Such an idiot. You're such an idiot.
Right? No, I'm just gay. Just gay.
So naturally you went away from this hyper masculine towards more feminine, but you just hadn't clued in that you were looking for something even more feminine than MD.
I know. It was also, like, the addict codependence stuff like that, because we already had that relationship. Yeah. And I was happy about it. And when I broke up with Magic Man, I sounded happy on the phone. And I remember he was distraught. He was upset. Yeah. He was very upset. We dated for 13 days.
Yeah, but I mean, I can understand kind of being upset because that brings up a lot of questions, because when you get into a new relationship, you're supposed to have that whole honeymooning period. It was very obvious that you never, ever, ever felt that.
Didn't really
and I think for any person, they'd be sitting there going, what's wrong with me? Not cluing into the fact that you're completely gay.
Yeah. But
especially because you were breaking up with him to get back together with your ex, which, I mean, I think that's going to be a blow to anybody.
Well, I didn't tell him that. And
no, but that's still what happened.
I didn't get back together with MD right away. But yeah, I was, he called me, and he said, why do you sound so happy? And I said, I'm trying not to cry.
What a lie.
That was a lie.
That was a lie.
And then, like, we hung up, and he, like, starts texting me, and he goes off. He goes, I'm never being nice to any girl ever again. I'm done being nice. Do you remember this?
Yeah. I do remember getting upset about this, too, because I hate that sort of toxic where it's like, oh, I'm going to be perfect and kind and gentlemanly, and then the second... like, a girl doesn't do what they want them to do. Like, they go off and they're like, oh, you're not even that pretty. You're not that nice. You're not that special. You're not... And I just hate that. Like, the second... Like, it's like they can't even handle the rejection. Well, and they become so freaking toxic.
I don't remember him going after me specifically, but I mostly remember him just
Why would you target all girls, though? Do you know what I mean?
Know.
It's just kind of like, dude.
I don't know. Like, he just kind of went off. He was a little, special.
I mean, here's the thing. If you don't want to talk to girls again, just go gay like Aliyah did.
Yeah, exactly. I mean...
There's the easy answer. Just go gay.
I mean, he's like a bodybuilder now. He's like what is it called? A bouncer at one of the clubs here.
I'm telling you, if he was older, he probably would have been my type.
Yeah, I'll show you pictures later. But yeah, that was an unhealthy breakup. Mostly because I got into that relationship.
You got into that relationship in an unhealthy way. Let's be real here. That entire thing was.
I was like 16 and just being like, I should date boys. I just need to go date a boy.
Yeah, that was during your Sunday school girl phase.
No, that was before that.
Was it before that?
I engaged in oral sex with this man, so definitely.
Yeah, that would have been before.
I went through an interesting phase. We'll talk about that later. But,
I mean, that's just one of many
This is one of many bad breakups, many of which are with MD, but, I digress. But yeah, that was one of my bad breakup stories. Unhealthy breakups.
Unhealthy. And I think the thing that made it unhealthy here...
Well,
I think the reason this breakup wasn't unhealthy was because the whole thing was unhealthy to begin with. You didn't get into it in a healthy way, so how could you possibly get out of it in a healthy way? You were almost kind of pressured into accepting...
Yeah, I mean, I'm in his room alone by myself.
Yeah, you were kind of almost pushed into accepting the... I don't want to call it a proposal, but I mean, that's basically what it is, right? Yeah. He asked you to be his girlfriend. You were kind of forced into accepting that.
Yeah.
And I mean, is it really surprising you weren't necessarily feeling the butterflies? So when an opportunity to break up with him came along and you go, well, I'm not breaking up with him because I'm doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to do the right thing here and do what's best for me. So, okay, here we go. And you just went with it.
Yeah, I mean, we both had that young nativity. Not
nativity? Are you sure? I don't think that's the word you're looking for.
Little kids playing
house, playing relationship.
Yeah. Anyways, if you have any bad breakup stories, let us know. We'd love to hear it, but we feel sorry to hear it as well.
Yeah. Hopefully your breakups are. I would obviously like to say I would like to hope that your breakups are more healthy. If they're unhealthy, I hope that you can find a way to help find resolution.
Yeah.
But in the next episode, we're probably going to be talking about healthy breakups and how to keep them healthy because I very much am of the mind that breakups don't have to be unhealthy, even if they're normally pretty negative. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to listen in, and we will talk at you later.
See you later, guys. Take it gay by gay.
Bye.